strong with the Force you are, young Padawan.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the
Hello there.
Scavolitano Show, guys. Hello there. You guys like jazz? Because we like jazz up in here with my nice hair.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome back, guys, to the Scavolitano Show. Tales of the Jedi was amazing. Me and Star Wars Rick are going to break it down for you. All the episodes, not one by one, but we're just going to talk our favorite episodes, why did we like them, and more stuff on the Scavolitano Show. Be sure to subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scavolitano Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, omeganess, Groguness, Ahsokaness, and all that fun Star Wars justiness, all that. Yeah! And just a quick little announcement, I will be in Rhode Island Comic-Con next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be doing interviews with a lot of Star Wars people over there, maybe cosplayers as well. Star Wars cosplayers, of course.
Nice.
And then, yeah. And that's, so catch me there, because if you like jazz, I'll be there jazzing it up, you know?
Jazz it up, man. Jazz it up.
So, Rick, Tales of the Jedi.
Loved it, dude. It was so good. So good. I actually saw it last. So I saw Andor first, just had to get that out of the way. And then I saved Tales of the Jedi for last, just because I knew it was gonna be so good. And it was just really, it just grabbed me in right off the bat, like all 6 episodes. I think out of 10, it would be like 10 out of 10. I mean,
I think so too.
Yeah, there's nothing that like I did not like. I mean, it was all really good. It was all short and sweet to the point,
And that's right. And that was not my favorite part, that they were just cutting. Like, I want to see more. Like, it wasn't a rushed episode. It got like right to the point, like where we are, what happened and stuff like that. But I was like, come on, like more. Like,
we need more,
it's only,
right?
Yeah, it's like not 15 minutes. Like, I understand 15 minutes, but like it's usually just 13 minutes plus the credits. Like, there's 2-minute credits.
Yeah, but the credits weren't that long. They weren't that
long. At the end.
In the end, oh yeah. I mean,
like that's what they have, like 3-4 minutes, like the cutoff. Like even Endor, like some episodes are cut off. Like just say it's 54 minutes, it's like 48 minutes because of like 10-minute credits at the end.
Yeah. It was just so good, man. Like
it was.
The first episode was a bit slow with Ahsoka. Like
little Ahsoka.
Yeah, when she was born, it shows her family.
She was so cute. I just wanted to check her little fucking forehead and love her. I just wanted to take her by her little cheeky. Go, yeah.
Hey, they gotta make a plush of her, just like of a baby.
I'll buy all of them. They'll sell out. I'll buy all of them.
Anything baby, man, it'll sell out. Cute stuff.
Baby Ahsoka, little Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I think her story, like, that was really good. Her mom is just like her. Her mom looks exactly like her.
Yeah, she does. And she's already like teaching her lessons, like, oh, Ahsoka, this is what you're supposed to do. What was the name? What was the episode called?
Life and Death.
Life and Death, yeah. So
and then she gets that later on in Practice Makes Perfect with Anakin. Anakin tells her this is life and death. And I think she clogs in where she goes, okay, I could any moment, but I'm going to give a fighting chance.
Yeah.
I think that's what the lesson is, really.
Just like in the first episode where she almost died by that like saber-tooth animal.
That was like a big ass lion.
That was, huh?
I was like, my God. And then she's like riding like back on, and she's like, yeah, I just did this, guys.
Yeah, but it was so cool how it just showed that like she's force sensitive, and like her people knew she's gonna be a Jedi. She's a Jedi. Like it was just like established right then and there, like from birth.
Ahsoka is Jedi. Jedi is Ahsoka. Now. And I think really we need more of that. We need more of that background concept of her child. We need another episode of that. Maybe with her mom. And we don't know where they are. Her father was there too. We met her father. We met the mom. We met like the grandmother, the oldest woman in the Togruta like world, like whatever they were from. And then you see at the end, Ahsoka is Jedi, and I thought actually they were going to lead right into the second episode. I thought Ahsoka's episodes were going to be 1, 2, and 3. It didn't. It cut from Ahsoka, then Dooku, and then Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So you go to the next episode and you see a young Qui-Gon Jinn, which I really liked. I love Qui-Gon.
Oh, dude, so amazing to see him like younger.
And then Dooku looking like Abraham Lincoln, like with that hairdo, like with that.
He's
nice.
looking. Yo, our boy's looking really fresh.
I know, like what
They
happened
made
to
him
you,
look.
man?
They made him look really cool.
And then
Yeah.
with the Dooku episodes, I think they were really good. The Dooku episodes, you get some backstory in his book that was in his backstory of like, and I'm surprised he was really there during the Phantom Menace, which I was shocked, but that's in the book too, which I didn't read the Dark Playlist book. Sidious.
Yeah.
But I found that out later. But I can't believe he was as a Jedi in the Phantom Menace. Like, how are you? I thought you were the Sith Lord. Like, how did you even build the clone army? Like, that must have took years, or we don't even know that story. Like, where is that? We need that story. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it was established a little bit in the comics that he met up with Sifo Dyas, right? Or he was like, he made plans.
Yeah, and you see him delete the world Camino, which Obi-Wan, when he goes into the archives, there's no trace of like what is Camino.
In that scene, I thought of that exact moment in number 2, in episode 2, where Kenobi was looking for the planet Camino. But yeah, it's amazing how it connects to that. And what I was referring back to is Dooku, like he meets up with Jango Fett, I believe, in the comics, and then he's just asking for like a clone army. And then so it's just this episode just giving more filler and like more backstory of Count Dooku and like where was he, what was he doing. But that's pretty much this whole series. It's adding, it's like filling up a lot of more things.
Yeah, and we need more of that, because in reality we need more. Like that's really what it is. We just need more. Yeah. And I think Dooku did turn to the dark side because of Qui-Gon Jinn's death. Like you see that.
That was that was like
that
was like the tipping point of it, huh? Like that was like the cherry on top. Like he was in front of the tree, and then he was just thinking of his Padawan, just like at a young age, just in front, like enjoying like being at the spot in front of that tree. And he just, I don't know, he kind of showed emotion there. He's like, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have died. Like, this shouldn't have happened. This is the Jedi's fault.
It is.
Yeah.
And even if it was Sidious's fault, but you know how Sidious likes to manipulate everything and everyone.
Yeah, he set everything up, so it was Sidious.
Yeah, and then Count Dooku and Yaddle. We know what finally happens to Yaddle.
Dude, I was so happy to see Yaddle. And just how it kind of like we see what happens to her like in the end. Like now it's like official canon, because there's Legends information on like how she passed away.
Yeah, like she had to die like one way. Like I think she was holding a bomb, or she captured a bomb to save the city or the Jedi temple, and then she blew up because she saved it. So that's how one time she died.
Dang.
And I think she died 2 other times. I don't know when, but this actually makes it canon that she did die at the hands of Dooku. And what I didn't understand was she died. I understand that he chopped her down, but how does the Jedi know that? Like that should have been like explained more.
Yeah.
Like we understand why Dooku left, but now no one talks about Yaddle. Like no one talks about like, oh, Dooku killed Yaddle, but no one knows that though. So how did the Jedi know that Yaddle died, and how did they know like what's the cause of her death? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just more questions.
Questions and answers that we won't get.
We won't get unless we get a season 2.
I think we will.
You think we will? That'll be so cool.
Tales of Scavolitano.
Yeah,
that's me.
The Tales of Star Wars Rick and Scavolitano.
Oh. Liking jazz.
Yeah, you get 3 episodes, I get 3 episodes. And we're both liking jazz.
And then we're at our jobs. We're at your jobs. I'm at my jobs. This is the day of life of me. And then for like an hour and a half, I go take a nap. And like it just cuts to my bedtime naps now.
Yeah.
At night. Yeah.
Then
That
it
would
goes
be
back to
pretty
me.
boring. I would be pretty bored, but I would get a lot of money for it. So I'm down. I'll be pretty bored, but I get a lot of money out of it.
Oh my god.
But even with Mace Windu, like that second episode with Dooku that you see with Windu, like him and Windu, like they have such different aspects, and you see like Mace getting a council seat way before Dooku, and Dooku's been there a lot longer than when Mace. And you
Yeah.
see like, and in reality, we all know Mace Windu did know about getting in the council seat after that other Jedi died on that Raxus, which is a reference to the planet the Bad Batch are on when they rescued the governor in season 1. So it was good to see that planet again.
Nice.
And it's just the animation is beautiful. Like this is Star Wars. To me, the animation. I'm sorry, live action. I'm really sorry, but I'm not sorry. But I love animation. I love live action, like The Mandalorian. Boba Fett was okay. Like Endor is a good series. I'm not saying it's great. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
What else we had?
Kenobi, man.
Kenobi was
We had
amazing.
Kenobi. Yeah,
Kenobi was just good.
I like Kenobi. You know, some like most of the episodes were good.
Most of the episodes were good, but it's not like a knockout swing in the face.
Yeah,
You know?
so it's like all these episodes were like amazing, dude. And like this is Dave Filoni's work. Anything animated, it's Filoni, and
Yeah.
it's
And,
you know,
and
Star Wars has been like a hit or a miss, you know, with these shows, live action shows, but like with these animated shows, Dave Filoni, he just doesn't miss.
doesn't disappoint. Like Bad Batch was
Doesn't miss.
Bad Batch was great. I think Bad Batch was good. It wasn't great, but it's slow paced. It's 15 episodes, 12 episodes, and you're explaining their story. Like Bad Batch is a storytelling. That's what people have to understand. Oh, Bad Batch sucked. Bad Batch was mid. I understand that, but you have to understand the story. Okay, we meet Omega now, and then every story, like they're hiding now. They're not just regular clones. You know, they have to adapt to the Empire, and the Empire is evil. Like they have to adjust, and they're on the run, especially with Crosshair on their ass. They have to run, and I think next season, I think it's going to be a good season. You got Captain Rex, Cody. You finally knows what happened.
Yeah, I'm excited for Cody.
You get Gungeon. You get those other little Jedis that were with Ahsoka getting their Chrono Crystal in the Clone Wars. You see those kids now coming to light and see what it's all about. So I'm glad that like we're keeping something animation. You know, like Ahsoka's around the corner. To me, she's around the corner for the Bad Batch. To me, that is. Other people say no. Other people say yes. But I'm in with Ahsoka being in at least an episode or 2 in the Bad Batch because I understand what's going to happen.
Yeah.
With that, because you could see in the Tales of the Jedi, you see episode 5, practice makes perfect, and Anakin teaching Ahsoka how to survive. And you see her as a young Padawan. You see her in the beginning of the Clone Wars movie, I could say, because that's her voice, like as a little snippy teenager still.
Yeah.
And then they cut to like season 3, season 4 Ahsoka, because you could see her outfit, and now she has 2 lightsabers that are still green. Then Anakin is watching. And then you cut to the Siege of Mandalore, the final episode of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, season 7. That was crazy, man. It just shows like it took all this time in training for her to like try to like perfect what Anakin was trying to teach her. Yeah,
and
trying
like
to
even
survive.
Rex says to her, let's see if all the training pays off.
It pays off, and we do see it in the end in season 7.
And we do see it. It did train her to survive.
It did.
Like that flip she does when she's on the thing, when Executor Order 66 is there and Rex starts shooting at her, she does that spin, and that Anakin taught her to teach. And if Anakin never did that to teach her against the clones for practice, she would have never ever survived Order 66. But we don't know that because season 7 was out before the Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's behind the scenes, more fillers. And, you know, we were talking about the show and someone told me like, oh, how come Masters, you know, weren't able to survive like, you know, like from the clones, Order 66 and Ahsoka could. And obviously this episode is a perfect example of that Anakin pretty much taught her this specific lesson. on like how to survive from blasters, and like I think that's the difference from the other masters, is that they didn't train to survive from like clones, because
Because
no
they
one
never
knew.
thought it would ever happen.
No one knew, and obviously they didn't. But Anakin just always prepared for the worst, and
Because he
always
wanted to protect her, even
yeah,
because in reality, one day Anakin was gonna die, and
or wasn't going to
Ahsoka,
be there for her
yeah,
anymore.
or
Yeah,
Ahsoka was gonna leave the council, just like she did. She walked out, even if she didn't, and just say like a what if, just say Anakin was always there with Ahsoka. Da, da, da. One day Ahsoka was gonna be on her own. Like she's not gonna have Anakin by her side always. So the best way he could teach her is to protect herself, like from at least blaster fire, because in reality, there was no Sith out there. Only Darth Maul was, Count Dooku,
yeah,
Sidious at the Clone Wars time. There wasn't no Inquisitors until we get to the Rebels, or after the Clone Wars saga into Rebels, we get the Inquisitors and everything in Obi-Wan.
yeah, man.
But it was just so nice to see Anakin just talking to Ahsoka about like just caring for her. And I'm like, damn, man, like, why did you have to turn? I'm like, there's no way. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's no way, man. There's no
Yeah.
way.
It was
Like,
a little speech, right, that he gave to
yeah.
her. Like,
And I'm
oh,
like,
I'm just,
I'm tearing right now. Like, my eyes are like watering because it's like,
oh,
how? Like, you love this girl and now you're like gonna kill her? Like, it makes, to me, Anakin's turn to the dark side makes no sense to me still to this day. I understand he's manipulated by Sidious. I understand that. But to me, you get Ahsoka in there, it's a different game. It really is. And people say, Chris, no, that's not it. No, it is. You have to watch closely. That's what my what ifs are about. Like, my what ifs are out, by the way, guys. So check that out.
check it out.
Yeah, like I have scenes with Anakin and Ahsoka just talking to each other, like saying, I failed you. No, you failed. I failed you. And stuff like that. And that's what we need, in Star Wars. Like, we need Ahsoka and Anakin talking about, like, I'm sorry. Like, I failed you and I should have never done what I did, But, like, him understanding what he did wrong, and we'll never get that. We will never get that. Even, I think, the Ahsoka series that's live action, we will never get that. I think we'll get Vader or Anakin in Ahsoka. Absolutely, that's going to be there. But we're not going to get what we want. And I know what all the people of Ahsoka want. They want that Snips in the Sky guy, like, back. And I think you could do more with animation because of the face structures of everything, like their faces, their frowning, their disappointment. Like Ahsoka, like in the next episode, Resolve, you see her at Padme's funeral, which was a disaster. I was like, wow. And she was there with Rex, but Rex wasn't there. He was down at the river.
Yeah. It was. You know what? It's nice to know that Ahsoka was there in Padme's funeral. Like, that's just a piece of information for Star Wars fan. That's just very comforting, and like, it's cool. It's cool to know she was there, but for a brief moment, of course. But it's nice to like see how they connected that. Her and Rex went to the funeral pretty much right after, like
right
after
say,
season
like,
7. Yeah.
Once they buried the clones, maybe she washed up on the plane, like the spaceship.
Yeah.
And she went right there, and she's in the same hood that she left when they crashed.
Exactly. So it's like,
and
it's still, like, again, it's still like it's filling up pieces. So it's like
pieces. And you see Bail Organa there, Mon Mothma there.
Yeah.
I really wish Padme was still alive. Actually, I really wish.
Yeah.
But we know she's not. But Ahsoka, like, she says to Bail, and Bail, I understand where Bail's coming from. Like, you shouldn't be here because you could get caught at any second. Like, you could get caught. And she was like, she was my friend. And I was like, oh my God, don't make me cry. I was like, don't do this, dude. Because you could see her face was like, yeah, she was my friend and now she is gone. And then Bail says, like, either of them are gone. Like, both of them are gone. Like, Anakin and Padme. But in reality, Anakin's really not gone. He's just he is gone.
He's gone, man. Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's a different person now.
He's a different person.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ahsoka just walking down Naboo. And now, to me, I thought that was actually Coruscant. I actually want her back on Coruscant to see if she goes to the Jedi Archives or anything. But that's another later for this. But her just walking down the hall, it's like so sad. And it's like, wow, like this actually happened, and she was at Padme's funeral. Now you can watch Revenge of the Sith, and I'm like, where's Ahsoka? Where's Shapigan? Is she over there? Like you can't see her.
Obviously, she's not going to be there.
Yeah, she's not gonna be in the show. I know.
Yeah.
But you know that she's been there. You know Mon Mothma was there. Like Bail Organa, we really never knew he was there. Like Bail Organa and Mon Mothma, we never knew were there either. We just assumed like that, like Obi-Wan could have been there actually, but we don't know if he was there. But that's other stories for different days too. And then you get her like in the book. Now I read the whole Ahsoka novel. I wish there was part 2 to that novel because it's so good. E.K. Johnson, well done. She knocked it out of the ballpark with that, and now she fights the Inquisitor, and it's like so good. And she's in that same jumpsuit that you see in season 7 too, which is with Trace and Ralpha, and she just knocks that Inquisitor out 1, 2, 3, and I'm like
so quick. But you know
like,
what?
Wow.
But it's well deserved because like she's highly experienced at this point.
She is. She's still like someone said. I think I was watching something. Someone said she can't take that down. That she should have never took that Inquisitor down. Should have been a longer fight. But I'm like, listen. I'm like, she was trained for all this. She was trained by Anakin Skywalker. People.
The chosen one.
The chosen one.
The chosen one. She was trained by the chosen one.
And you know, and you see in like the Book of Boba that Luke is also learning from Ahsoka. You know, like I want that story too of how they met. Like, and Dave Filoni does have that story, but we don't know when we'll get it. But he does have that story. I hope it's in animation because Ashley deserves it. Ashley deserves it.
Imagine seeing Luke Skywalker animation form, like Clone Wars style. That oh my god,
that would be amazing. I think.
Hey, season 2, Tales of the Jedi. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so amazing.
To me, you can have a whole spin-off show. Like, I know Ahsoka's my favorite character, but like, you can have a whole spin-off show of Ahsoka after Order 66. Like, you could really do that. Just like with Bo-Katan. Like, what was Bo-Katan like? What was Cad Bane? Like Darth Maul. Now you have these stories. Like, it should have. I think it was 6 stories because they didn't know how it was going to go and how would people react to it. People are loving it right now. Like, I see everything. Nothing bad about the.
I see nothing bad. You're right. But what if what if this just is just like a start? You know, like what if they make like Tales of the Sith? You know, and then they do like the same thing. You know, short and sweet. You know, they fill in gaps. Tales of the Bounty Hunter. Tales of the Mandalorians. You know?
Yeah, like you could do so much.
Now it's like, this is awesome, and I hope they see, that the Star Wars fans really love this show, because from what I'm seeing, it like from my page and my followers, I see nothing negative. I see nothing but love and support. So I hope they see that in the numbers, and I hope they really acknowledge Dave Filoni that he does not miss.
He doesn't miss.
He needs to make more.
The only thing I have problem with Dave Filoni, I love Dave to death. I'll give him a nice hug, maybe hug him hold so tight I get called security on. You hug them too tight. Sorry, but the problem with Dave Filoni is like with the Book of Boba, like he's like I know you're throwing Easter eggs in there, but like you don't throw Ahsoka in with the Book of Boba. With Luke. I understand you want to do that story, but you can't just go, okay, Ahsoka, you're going to be in this episode, and you're going to just be like, that's a good thing. I understand that. But there needs to be a story. And I know you have that story because you said it in an interview, and you said it at, I think, Star Wars Celebration, and when they announced the Tales of the Jedi. Like, you have that story. So why don't you use that story first, and then explain the Book of Boba? But... See, to me, Star Wars has the problem of we're going to introduce right now, but not have a backstory. Just like with the sequels, Rey. We don't know who Rey is. We're just getting thrown a little basketball.
Oh yeah, but that was all like just horrible planning. Like no,
I know.
Like even they she didn't even know like who she was by like episode 9.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're throwing just like Ahsoka. Thank God people know who Ahsoka was.
Yeah.
If you didn't, people would be like, who the hell is Ahsoka Tano? Why is she with Luke?
Yeah.
That made no sense. And doing the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba made no sense either because it's not the Book of the Mandalorian. It's the Book of Boba.
Yeah.
Like I understand Boba was it was okay. It wasn't the greatest series Star Wars came out with. But then you had the Mandalorian. Oh, it just went number one on the charts because Mandalorian. Oh, then Luke came up, Grogu.
Yeah.
And then Ahsoka came. Like, oh my God, no, you don't. That's the only problem I do have. And I know Dave Filoni was in charge of that because Ahsoka's in it, and that's his character. But like, you shouldn't just throw it in. Like, you shouldn't just okay. I'm gonna throw Ahsoka in this episode. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Yeah, I didn't like how it was mixed either. So I mean, obviously those were like the best episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. But it
and it wasn't, and it had
way.
nothing to do with Boba. Had nothing.
No.
Maybe the last 5-10 minutes, they're all sitting having a Kumbaya session in which they're gonna beat some ass or something. But that's pretty much it. That's the only thing I have problem with Dave Filoni. That's the only problem.
That's like we make this breakdown video, Tales of the Jedi, but we start talking about the lore of Boba Fett. You know?
Yeah.
It's like we completely go south.
Yeah. But I'm trying not to go south on this one. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's just an example.
Yeah.
Like how far they went with that.
Yeah, how far they went, and then like what?
Yeah.
Like how did it? Like I freaked out. Don't get me wrong. I freaked out when I saw Ahsoka there with Luke. I fucking died and had a heart attack.
Poor Mando. Mando's just sunbathing. No!
You.
Get the fuck out of here!
Didn't expect to see you.
No!
I'm a friend of the family.
Hold on! Oh! I had to pause that shit! Get the fuck out of here! No fucking way! She did not just show up! And she's an old member of the family! Oh my god! Ahsoka fucking Tano! Get the fuck out of here! She knows who Luke is! Omega! Are you serious? This is not what we're doing! This is not what we're doing!
Yeah.
But like, then I realized, like, why am I even freaking out? How did they even meet? Like, what is this? What is that conversation like?
Like what show is this?
Yeah, like, this is not the book of Ahsoka, book of Luke, or the book of Mando. It's the book of Boba.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty. I think it's just wrong place.
Yeah, and that's the only problem I have with Dave Filoni is that he.
But who knows actually what happened? Because I don't know. What if his people above him, they're told, we need to add something to like really bring in the numbers, and like they kind of force that on him.
And I understand that too. I get that, but it's the Book of Boba. Like, bring in something like related to the clones at least. Like, bring in a clone. Like, bring in like Captain Rex, or if Cody is still alive in this time frame, like bring some clones that we haven't seen yet. Like, we want to know the clones' backstory too of what happened. Like, we're getting it through Bad Batch, but all the clones. Like, what about Captain Hauser now that we see in Bad Batch? Like Hera's clone. He put down his weapon and ran. Like, where is he?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many untold clone stories that they could have actually threw reinforcement clones in there. Clone Force 99. Maybe the Bad Batch could have came to help, or some members of the Bad Batch. But it's hard to throw the Bad Batch members into live action because who's going to play Wrecker? Who's going to play Tech? Timmy Morrison ain't going to do that. He can look the part, but it's going to look so damn weird.
Yeah, they definitely got a CGI.
Yeah,
I think their faces for sure.
Definitely.
And
but that's
money.
what I mean. That's the only problem I do have with Star Wars, that they're doing stories. They're putting the pieces together now, and you should have put the pieces first together and then show the episodes.
Yeah, I guess that's why like a lot of people love this show. It's just straight to the point. It's filling up these gaps, and we love these characters. These are Star Wars characters that are like really known, and that now it's showing more of their backstory, and that's awesome to see. It's really awesome to see, dude.
It is, and I think
more of it.
even I could say like the 3 episodes where Ahsoka are the best, and Dooku's. I think it's really a 10 out of 10. Like all
I-
6 episodes were
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I really enjoyed the Dooku ones. I think those are my favorite ones. Just seeing him like kind of turn slowly, change his perspective on the Jedi Order, and seeing the corruption of the Jedi, really, and just how he's seeing like they're just pawns, to
Pawns for a bigger game.
yeah.
And he told them
pawns for
about the
bigger
Sith
game.
Lord, and no one listened.
Yeah, and no one listened.
They're like, yeah,
Exactly.
we'll just get killed. Yeah, and that's why I think he blames the Jedi for killing Qui-Gon. I think if we get more of Dooku's backstory, it's definitely because of Qui-Gon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like some of the most top villains, they turn into villains for
Yeah.
a very legitimate reason, right?
Like Maul, like we can get Maul's whole origin in animation right now.
Tales
like-
of the Sith. I'm telling you, Chris.
Yeah, like they're not even Tales of the Sith. This is Tales of the Jedi because in reality, I guarantee you, Maul was a Jedi. But he's just not shown as that because he shows up in the Phantom Menace as a young age, and then he's just already Sith eyes, Sith this, I'm evil. We don't get what his origin, where he was. We know he was born by the Talza, but we don't get the his background, if I could say that. That's the right word.
Yeah.
Just like with like Thrawn. If we didn't get Thrawn's books, we would never know in Rebels who the hell Thrawn is.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't get the comics or the books, people would be lost with who the hell Thrawn is. But some people don't even read the books.
Mhm.
So some people don't even know who Thrawn is. The first time they're going to see Thrawn is probably in the Ahsoka series.
In this live action, yeah. They're
And,
gonna be like,
and it's live action, and
guy?"
people are like,
yeah.
who the hell is that guy? Like Sabine, too. If Sabine is definitely in the Ahsoka series, and probably Hera is too, Chopper, like, who are these people? We don't watch animation. That's why people have to watch the animation. I know Disney CEO came out and said today with all the animation shows, like the Disney shows, like The Lion, like Frozen and stuff like that, those kind of animations, older people don't like. Why? Why don't they like it? Because it's a cartoon? No, it's a story.
Yeah.
And it's more emotion that you can get through animation that you don't get in live action. So I didn't agree with the statement of the Disney CEO, what he said. But what's that to me? I'm not important. But like,
You're important to me, Chris.
Thank you. I think it's stupid if you're going into the office and go, yeah, people, like older people don't like animation. We have to steer clear of that. Why? Who cares? Animation to me is the most beautiful thing and the most more you could do. And just look at the Tales of the Jedi. Look how beautiful. Just imagine if we got this animation in all of the Clone Wars. All of the Clone Wars. Season 1, the movie, through 8 seasons. Just imagine that.
7?
Oh, 7 seasons. Yeah,
7
7.
seasons. Yeah.
I said 8. I don't know why.
I was like, did I miss one? I was
Yeah,
like, is
maybe
it out
Tales
now?
of the Jedi was season
Tales
8.
of the yeah.
But like that's what I mean. Like I didn't agree with that statement this morning, and I was just like you're saying that? Like that's so stupid of what you're saying because it's for me. I'm an adult. I'm 23 years old. Like animation's for me, and I'll never stop. Like I'll go to hell and back for animation.
Yeah. I don't know if it could just be like a generational kind of thing where it's like,
could be a generation thing.
the older gen, they don't like animation, and I would have to agree with you, Chris. I do like animation. It's really, you could really show the expressions, the facial expressions more. It's hard to act it sometimes, but with animation, you could really just capture it perfectly the way you want it.
And you hear the tone of every voice actor.
Yeah.
Like it's like you see it, like not to say like with Ahsoka, like when she says she was my friend, you could hear that in her voice.
Yeah.
And you could see that. Like she is so sad, Ahsoka, that Padme's gone. She doesn't know how Padme died, I don't think. But like you could see that on her face, and it's like that you can't do that in live action. I'm sorry. You can make Rosario Dawson do faces and everything. It's not gonna pull it off as much as animation. Thank you, everybody. Miami will be in the office. Thank you. Yeah, guys like Jazz out there. Let me fix my hair, dude. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I think the Tales of the Jedi was a 10 out of 10. And I think they should have more of animation. Like Bad Batch, I love Bad Batch, I think. Because I just like animation. I love Omega, my child. And Grogu, my child. Like I want to know, before we like end this, I really want to know where Grogu has been. I think let's do this animation. Let's even like you can't bring like even with Mace Windu, I was saying to myself, like you can't bring him back live action. You can, but like have a couple episodes of animation and see where that leads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, was he at Padme's funeral? Where was he after he got shot out the window? Like, put that scene animation. Like,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. That, like, come on. Let me work out Lucasfilm. Come on, man. Like,
we gotta get to season 2. Season 2, Tales of the Jedi. Like, it could cover so much more, dude.
so much. It could be this like 6 episodes of like just say like, Anakin. Maybe like you could even get more stories with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon on their journeys
For
before
sure.
the Clone Wars. You can get Anakin and Obi-Wan even lost episodes that you want to do for the 6 episodes. Like there's so like I know those 23 episodes of Clone Wars or 22, whatever they were.
Yeah.
We didn't see all of it. We didn't see all of the Clone Wars. You know what I mean by that? Like we
Yeah.
didn't see all of it. Like Anakin and Obi-Wan must have had their side quests. Ahsoka, her side quest. Mace Windu. Ki-Adi-Mundi, Plo Koon, like a Yoda. But I know you can't do Yoda because we don't have a voice actor no more. The guy who played him had a stroke, Tom Kane, and I don't think he can do the voice no more. So it will be hard for Yoda. But like Mace Windu, like have a backstory of Mace Windu. Like we could do all this. Like Azad Ventress, like
Yeah.
like Sith. Like it would be so cool. I would love that, and I think you would too.
I would love it, man. Huge fan of the Jedi.
I
You think that's probably why we didn't hear Yoda speak in this show? Like, I mean, he showed up, but he didn't speak at all.
Even with Plo Koon and who else was there? Like Caleb Doom was there. Deba Deba, I can't even say her name.
Yeah.
Deba Bilal.
I'm not going there.
Yeah, I could like Caleb Keenan was so like wow.
Yeah, I love how
She's
Kanan showed
amazing.
up, dude. Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Like he was, and that's
cool.
when I don't think he'll remember Ahsoka in Rebels because he really didn't. Well, he really wasn't like, oh shit, like oh Ahsoka, my god, I'm a big fan. Like I loved your training. He never said any of that, so we didn't even know.
Yeah.
But
do
I think
they
that's
encounter
why-
each other in Rebels, or
Yeah.
did he die before the Ahsoka episodes?
No, he was there with Ahsoka.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he was there with Ahsoka. But they
Alright.
never, like Keenan never said like in a scene. Like you could even do Keenan stories, like Ezra stories, like
Yeah.
Rebellion. Even when Hera before she met Keenan, you get a book on that. But still, Sabine, Zeb, how they joined the rebellion. Like
Just like like Clone Wars animation.
Yeah,
But,
like
tell
back.
more of these stories. That would be so
Yeah.
awesome, dude. And I think that's what Star Wars fans. That's what they're hungry for. We just want to be satisfied.
We don't want
with
these
kind
stupid
of
movies. Like, I'm sorry, we don't want these stupid movies. Like now, one's making a movie based after the Rise of Skywalker. Like, why would you like? Why?
Yo,
Like,
I heard about that. That yeah, they're gonna make a movie based off of like the sequel characters, right?
that makes no sense. Why would you do that? What story do you have? She goes back on Tatooine and says she's a Skywalker, which she's not. She's a Palpatine. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Like, and after that, what do you think? She builds the whole Jedi Council? Like, she just takes Finn under her wing. Let's be a Jedi, Finn, and like Poe is out there. It's like
It's about
Like, really,
time. I've been wanting to see Finn as a Jedi for a while now.
oh, me too. But they're like that's not a story. Like, what are
Like
you
it's
gonna
too
even
late.
start with?
It's too late.
Like, what are you gonna do with all
Yeah.
younglings up there and like, it's just a mess. So I'm not gonna even explain it, but
We'll see what happens with that.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, obviously, they could do so much more. Like, so many, like a different trilogy. Like they could do
Like push away from the Skywalkers, just push
Yeah.
away from Rey, push away from Finn. They don't want to come back. Oscar Isaac even said in an interview, "I'm not coming back to Star Wars unless I need another house." Oscar Isaac doesn't need another house.
no.
He's
No,
doing
good.
Moon Knight right now.
Dude,
Uh,
he killed it as Moon Knight. He's
Yeah,
so
he
awesome.
really did.
Yeah.
Even Finn, the guy who plays Finn, he doesn't want to do it no more. Like, he's done. Daisy might come back and do it. Adam Driver, he ain't gonna come back. He's a big time actor right now, bigger than he ever
Yeah.
was. You know, he's doing other movies. He doesn't want to come back as Ben Solo.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, get off, because they were trashed, the 3 movies, and I understand why you don't want to come back. Like,
I'm sure they acknowledge that. Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they must think about in their head, like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, the only one that might come back is Daisy, because Daisy, she's Rey, so she's going to be important to the
She's a main
story.
star.
Because she's not that big, like, you know what I mean, like a big celebrity. You know what I mean? Like, not as Oscar Isaac. Like, we know who Oscar Isaac is. We've seen him in like tons of movies. Just like Harrison Ford. We know Harrison Ford's not going to come back because he's dead either way. But we know, okay, we see him on the street. That's Harrison Ford. But with Daisy, we might not know her if she's walking down the street. I'll know who she is, but some other people don't. They don't know who that is.
We'll know for sure.
I will know for sure.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like, oh, God. And all these, oh, God. Never mind. Tired of my rant. Rick's like, probably has a headache. And Rick's like, damn, guys. We were supposed to talk.
Nah. Tales of the Jedi, 10 out of 10, though.
10 out of 10. We didn't sidetrack at all today. We didn't sidetrack.
No, not here, man.
Not here. We don't sidetrack.
No, not here.
So our last final thoughts of the Tales of the Jedi, Rick.
Loved it. 10 out of 10. I want more. Dave Filoni, we want more.
Want more. Hold up and pick a sign in front of his house.
we want more. Yeah.
Give me
man.
more.
Loved it.
I demand it.
Yeah.
It was a 10 out of 10 for me, guys. It's just more Ahsoka stuff, you know? That's it. And I would tell you if her stuff sucked, and it really didn't. The animation was beautiful. Like I said before, I'm a big fan of animation, and that is it. Rick, before we leave, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
On Instagram at Star Wars Rick.
There you go. I'll put all the links in the bio for Rick and also me. I'll see you guys very soon, Rhode Island. So if you're showing up, like I said in the beginning of the show, if you are there, I will be there. I don't bite, so if you want to take a photo, a little selfie with me, like, yeah, I know Scavolitano. Like, I'm definitely there with you guys. I'm gonna have a blast. Definitely doing a lot of interviews there. Maybe we'll do some jazz, you know?
Do some jazz, Chris.
Get our hair flowing in the back. You know, I can't wait to see all the cosplayers there. I can't wait to see everything. I'll make an announcement on my YouTube channel that I will be there. I'm so excited. But thank you guys. Be kind to one another. And may the Force be with you. And subscribe down below to the YouTube channel. And may the Force be with you, my friend.
Always.
Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.